What's up, guys? Um, Let me cut straight to it. So, today's message is basically 5 signs God is ready to take you to another level, or He's ready to elevate you. Okay. This is not in any order, so put it however you want to put it. Okay. Number one, He will put you through isolation. Okay. So, this can happen where you find yourself either moving away from your hometown, your home city, moving away from friends, family, relatives, just a lot of movement, but you're not in your place where you are in your comfort zone. Okay, so you basically found in a place where there's no distraction. God wants you to be in this position where there's no distraction, there's no influence, it's just you and Him. So that's one sign that you know that God is ready to elevate you. Two, you begin to lose friends. Okay, friends and family, you begin to lose them. You move away. As you move away, this is where I guess you begin to understand what God is saying. So what happens is you begin to lose a lot of people, and not because they might be bad people, but it's that thing where you find yourself, what up, doggy? You find yourself literally moving away and having, how's it? Good, good. You find yourself literally moving away from being in this place where you're in a new territory. And because of this, when you lose these friends, and it's not like there's anything harmful or wrong about them, but God can see that they're not meant to be in your next level that you're meant to be in. So that elevation requires you to move away from the old patterns, because they then put you back into that line of where you used to be. If you're a person who used to go out, do whatever that you used to do, they kind of remind you of the past. So God really elevates you and moves you away from that, so that He can really mold you into who you need to be in the next chapter of your life. Okay. Number three, you are trialed and tested. Now, nobody wants to be trialed and tested. That, I feel like that is one of the, at all, nobody wants to be trialed and tested. How do you know this? You are then put into situations. This can be in many forms. You might find yourself being discouraged at work, facing more challenges at work. You might even be retrenched. Who knows? You might find yourself being in a position where you are really now stemmed and faced with adversity, and now you challenged. Your faith is really put to the works. Okay, that's one aspect of it. And no, I feel like a lot of people then tend to lose it here, because it's like, Lord, where are you? And He's there. He's just in the background, because this is where you're really developing yourself, and He's really having that close encounter with you. 4, you begin having spiritual downloads. And what I mean by spiritual downloads, I mean you begin to have the spirit of discernment. What is this? This is basically you now moving away. The spirit of discernment is now knowing what is right and wrong. You begin to see people's actions way in advance. So this means that when you are now meeting people, you find yourself seeing what they are planning on doing well in advance. And this is a very key trait, because when you go to the next level, when you're elevated, it'll help you a lot. So it's equipping you for the next levels that you're moving into. So that spirit of discernment really helps you and assists you, and God really molds it in you. So you can see through a person immediately. You don't have to be put in a position like, God, why did you let this person do this? You already see it way before it happens. And the fifth one, He then aligns you with people you never expected. So it can happen that in this then elevation, there might be people that if you're in a space where you then find yourself in familiar settings or with familiar people, there's a lot of people then you then find that you overlook, okay? God then brings them to you. You find that there's a person you met years ago. They come back and you're like, wait, what? How is this possible? Or you find yourself in rooms where you are like, how am I in these rooms where there's people who are way more successful than you, way more influential than you are? This is a test that God is really showing you that, look, you're moving into a next chapter. So I want you to be more aware of the environments that you're going to be in when you are elevated, you know. So it is a very interesting place to be, because that is a clear indication that God is ready to take you to that next level. It just requires you to then be prepared and molded for it, you know. So these are the 5 signs that God is ready to elevate you. And when you see this, don't be spooked, don't be shocked, don't be aware or just distracted by a lot of things. This is very necessary, very important, and just know that at the end of it all, you're going to find yourself really growing. Now, a lot of people then get discouraged in this journey because in the 5 stages, there is no timeline. And because of this, people can find themselves losing themselves. They find themselves losing the patience, because it's a patience game. You never know how long these stages are. But what is required of you is for you to learn what is necessary in these processes, in these trials and tribulations. Okay, so I hope this really was an inspiring message for someone who probably is in either one of these phases or these stages. And just know that God is with you, and this is a reminder that you are actually moving towards your place of elevation. So I hope all of y'all got this. Love and prosperity, and just know that you got this. Peace.